this.
To the show. Hey, everybody, welcome to episode 7 of As for the Rest of Us. It's August 4th, 2017. It's this guy's birthday. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Guess what?
What?
I totally didn't even tell you, but surprise!
What is it?
I got your present.
On camera?
Yeah.
An on-camera present?
Yeah.
Do I open it?
Yeah, why not?
Alright. It says, happy fucking birthday. Which I dig.
Oh.
Thank you.
You're welcome. This is how I wanted to start the show.
I have something for you. You're holding it. Happy birthday, cousinly lover. Thanks for always being awesome and going to so many music and podcasty journeys with me. Love always and adultery, Justin. So sweet of you. See what we got here.
There's 4 presents.
Oh my god.
They're layered by importance. This is not the most important. It might be the most important.
The lowest of importance is love inspired Texas daddy.
No.
Justin is your Texas daddy. And we have a Sarah Jessica Parker's hanging out with us there. That's nice.
That's dog. That's you and me. I'm your Texas daddy.
Is this a good book?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
You can tell me.
There's
coupons.
I can order more.
There's coupons for the follow-ups.
If I get interested. If I get sucked in. There's so much tissue paper in there.
There you go.
He said, there you go.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go.
Ooh, intense.
I knew you said you like dark chocolate.
I do love dark chocolate.
So I found the darkest chocolate I could find.
And I haven't really ventured into the darkest of chocolates, so
Yeah.
I'm interested.
That one apparently it's supposed to be intense.
Because they say that as chocolate gets darker, it gets like drier and bitterer, and I like the bitters. So
yeah, so that's going to be really bitter.
I'm very interested in that.
That's going to be so bitter, it's going to be like a really good beer.
It's 86% cacao.
Cacao. Cacao.
Because like if you take away the O, it just says caca.
Mm-hmm.
It's 86% shit.
It's 80% cacao.
What do we have here?
Ooh, boy.
Resident Evil Origins Collection. Wow.
It's Resident Evil 0 and the original Resident Evil.
Wow.
And it's remastered, both of them.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Damn.
I really liked both of those, and I thought if
And
you
I
hadn't
never
really
played 'em.
experienced them, then it'd be a good time, because those are both the remastered ones, so it's good shit.
Girl.
There's one more thing in there. One more.
One more item.
It's my favorite, because now that I have a job that actually pays well, I can buy people shit that I want to buy them.
Damn. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Last of Us.
Remastered.
Cool.
Yeah.
You know, I actually...
That's probably one of my favorite games ever.
Really?
It's so good, dude.
We'll talk about it in a little bit. But
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Appreciate it.
Anyway, how are you?
I'm really swell. I'm coming off of a nice birthday day. Worked, but I mean, it was as I said at work, I was like, well, I mean, for work at least I got to work with some cool people, and
Yeah.
and it
I
wasn't
built tires for your
a
birthday.
bad day. Yeah.
Not for you for your birthday, but I built tires on your birthday.
Yeah, not for me.
No.
No, I don't need any tires right now. I'm good.
I really do. And
Yeah.
I'm glad I work there now, because I get super cool discounts.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Right on.
Makes me a happy boy.
That's cool. I'm gonna switch to this monster. I
Do
gotta
it.
tell you, and I'm on like 4 hours of sleep,
Damn.
a pot of coffee, and this is my second energy drink. So that should be a good show today.
whenever I was at, we went to see Incubus and Jimmy Eat World on Tuesday.
Oh, I forgot Jimmy World was there.
It was the first time I'd seen them live, and it was fucking glorious. They
Yeah.
sound just like their album,
Awesome.
and it was so good. And their new stuff it's heavy.
Yeah.
Heavier than I thought it was.
Yeah.
They played one song off their new album that I'd not heard at all, And whenever they started doing it, it had this breakdown in the middle, and it was just like, it kind of started sounding like it was slowing down. It was just, and then he went up on the bass drum, jumped off, and it was just this, dun, 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 dun. And I was just like, this sounds like fuck. I looked at Mandy, I was like, this sounds like a fucking Crowbar song. I was like, this is so dirty.
That is awesome.
And it was like, he didn't scream or anything. He was just like singing still high. And he was just like, "What's the way you're supposed to be?" And I was just like, holy shit, this is awesome. Yeah. But we went and seen that. I worked that day too.
Okay.
So I got up at 4:15 in the morning, worked all day, got off work, came home, took a shower, went straight to St. Louis, did not get home until like 2:30, and then maybe slept like an hour and a half and had to work the next day. So I was like, at like 35 hours, 36 hours, whatever, awake after work, and I was just like this driving home, just like, fuck. I didn't really I had like 1 5-hour energy shot to like get me through the morning, and then by the time that was gone, I was done.
Yeah. Sounds like a killer show, though.
It was really good.
I did revisit 8 per your recommendation. You're like, listen to it again, and I did, and I didn't realize how much of that album I liked until I was like kind of just skipping through stuff, and I was like, no, I don't want to skip through that song. No, I don't want to skip through that song. No, I don't want to skip through that song.
There's like, is it 10 songs, I think, on 10 or 11 songs, and out of the 10 or 11, I'll say 10 because I think it's 11, and that one song doesn't really count.
It's like a little guy.
Yeah. So out of those 10 songs, there's probably a good solid 5 songs that I really, really thoroughly enjoy in there. So like over half the album, I would think that, or right at half the album. The whole thing's good though, front to back.
I like that first. I like that first one. I really like. It gets me in immediately. Again, what's it? You are not
fun.
You are not fun. Yeah, that's it. Or not fun is what it's called. But yeah, you are not.
No fun. No fun.
Oh
yeah. I thought, I was just thinking, because the tour was 4/8. I was thinking, I was like, surely they'll start off with that one because it's such a good like hype everybody up thing. And they started off with that Surveillance song. Like they came out, I forgot what it's, Surveillance of something or whatever. It's closer toward the end of that album. And it starts off and it sounds like a dial-up modem. And that's how they came out on the stage, was with the dial-up and then just like the big drum solo. And then whenever that song starts up and it kicks into like the full, like everybody's part of the, like instead of just the drum fill and the little bass riff, it sounds like a Rage song almost. Where it's like, and I was just like, yeah, that's cool. But at the same time, I was like, I don't understand why we're starting with this one.
That's cool though. I like that. I like the. I forgot about Jimmy Eat World there, and they're always good. They're consistently good.
We didn't get there to see that Judah and the Lion band, and I'm not even really listening. Judah and the Lion? Are they? They're on the radio now. They're more of like indie rock style, but they were the opening band, and they're apparently pretty decent. But we ended up getting there later, so we actually got there whenever we were getting out of the car. We heard Jimmy Eat World starting. Oh, okay. So we walked into the place, and they had already finished up like a song and a half. Yeah. And we got to sit down. They played for quite a bit, though. Cool.
I like that. He, James is,
Jim?
No, Jim.
Yo, Jim?
Oh, Jim. He's kind of the guy that's got me to go, like, you can play heavy music and not have to scream to it. And, like, it still sound really good. Yeah. Because they get pretty heavy, too. Did I ever tell you, but speaking of showing up late to a show, I ever tell you about when I went to see Fun? And went and saw them at the Peabody Opera House.
Give me a second. I need to get my story straight.
Yeah, they were on that
with the dot at the end of it.
The dot, and I knew that they had an opening band. They said one opening band coming in with them, and I hadn't really heard of them. I knew they were like freshly signed with Fueled by Ramen at the time. And I was like, I'd listened to it. I was like, I don't really like it. Like, I wasn't really into it. Not my style. So I was like, I can show up late to the show. So showed up late to the show. And there were 3 songs left by this band, and that band turned out to be 21 Pilots. Oh! And I was so fucking mad afterwards because what I heard originally was not the same as what you get live from that band. And then once I got that live, I couldn't get enough of it. I was like, oh, this is awesome.
No, I love all 3 of their albums so much, and I can only imagine what it's like live. I've still yet to get to see him live at all.
And so I got.
And now they're playing. Songs. Anytime they play, they're at like the fucking Shaad Arena, and there's like over 5,000 people there, and you can't get tickets because it's gone.
So I got 3 songs out of them with them ripping off their masks because they were wearing like the sock hats at the time and everything. And I was like, man, I really wish I would have been there for this whole show. Immediately, as soon as I walked in there, I was like, we missed out on something. And then come to find out, I really missed out on something because I figured out what it was because it wasn't. It's not. I just wasn't into it first glance. But it wasn't that way with Front Bottoms either. When you were like, hey, check out Front Bottoms, and then like months later, I was like, Front Bottoms. And so I've got a delay with what's good.
I'm still trying to catch them, but now they're on the festival circuit so much they just play like almost seems exclusively those. Yeah. It's just hard to do it. I know they're at Lollapalooza this weekend.
Oh, are they really? What guess who's up at Lollapalooza, or not at Lollapalooza, but up in Chicago this weekend?
Bruce Matlock. He's at Lollapalooza.
No, Kim's at up there.
Is she?
She's at
not going to Lollapalooza.
Conference. Yeah, I was like, you should sneak away to Lollapalooza. She was like, I can't. Yeah. It's like, sounds like a great idea, though.
I remember what he said. He went, I think it started yesterday.
Bruce who?
Bruce Matlock.
Who's that? It's
one of Mandy's friends from back in like college, but I met him a long time ago.
Matlock?
Bruce Matlock.
Oh, I hit my tooth.
He worked for whenever Playback STL was a thing.
Okay.
That magazine. So he got like, because he was like a press person for them, wrote the stuff and then took pictures and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. So he was going to like all the shows and had the tickets and stuff paid for him. They sent him to different places. He's been to Lollapaloozas and stuff before. Now he doesn't work for him. He just goes to shows all the time still. But he's up there, and I think he said something. He got to see Lord and Wiz Khalifa. They were all like day one yesterday.
Oh, okay.
And some other bands. I forgot what it was.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Tickets go on sale today for the Wonder Years are going to be back around, and they are on an acoustic tour.
Nice.
So I'm going to get tickets to that because I really want to see Wonder Years. And they're playing at Firebird, so it's like a real small venue.
I really wish, because whenever they had their first album out, I found out Front Bottoms were playing in different smaller venues, and I knew they played there at one point in time, but they also played the Duck Room.
Oh yeah,
and I was just like, the Duck Room would be fucking cool because it's like 500 people.
It's super
tops,
small, yeah.
And that would just be really cool to be that close. That was the first time I experienced Highly Suspect, was whenever they were just released the first album, and we got to go see them down in the Duck Room, and that was
I've never
amazing.
Seen anybody in Duck Room.
It's good.
Never. I've been in Blueberry Hill, but
we went to go there to see Joshua Radin years and years ago, and we didn't notice it until like we was walking up to the Duck Room, getting ready to go into Blueberry Hill so we could sit down and eat real quick.
Yeah.
And somebody was riding past us on a bike, and he stopped and he goes, "Hey guys, what time is it?" And I looked at my thing on my phone, and I said, "Oh, it's like 5:45." He goes, "Okay, cool, thanks." And we looked up, and Mandy was like, "Holy shit, you're Joshua Radin." He goes, "Yeah, you guys coming to the show tonight?" And I was like, "Yes, we're getting ready to eat and stuff." He goes, "Awesome, we'll see you guys in there." And I was just like, we just fucking met Joshua Radin by happenstance. He was riding a bicycle downtown on Delmar.
Know what time it was.
Yeah.
Motherfucker just want to know what time it was. That's awesome. We wanted to go into like music news. I mean, there is so much shit that's happened because we haven't seen each other in a couple weeks.
That's another thing too. I just wanted to tell the people at home. Hey guys.
Hi, people at home.
It's been a while. I started a new job.
I went on vacation.
He went on vacation, and shit just has been not meshing for us to
shit wasn't meshing.
Do the stuffs. So this last weekend, I released a couple of episodes. I still have a couple of more episodes that are back cataloged that I'm gonna put out pretty close to this. I'm gonna just try and push it all out at once this weekend if I can, just to get everything out. So that way you guys can all watch it, and hopefully if you see this one, you'll have the explanation of why you're getting so much shit just thrown up at you. It's because we do have things recorded. We've just been really, really busy, and
we had life.
Yeah. My job demands me to be up at 4:15 in the morning to get ready to leave, and I don't get home until like right at 4:30 or 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
after the drive. So by the time I get home, I'm just like, I want to shower and go to sleep. So it's difficult. The weekends are the times that I'll be able to upload stuff now. So that's probably whenever I'll be able to get these episodes out for you guys. But yeah, it doesn't matter to me. We could talk about music news. We could talk about any kind of news. We could talk about movies after a bit too. I've got some stuff to talk about. I've seen a couple of movies.
You've seen a couple? I've seen a couple. So music, I'll jump right into just a small piece of news that I don't know if you saw, but on the Foo Fighters album, is that Paul McCartney is drumming on a song.
Really? Mm-hmm. Drumming?
Yeah.
Why?
Just because.
He's not a drummer.
Just because he's gonna be drumming on a song.
Does it have him credited as Paul Mac?
I have no idea. I hope not. It might get confusing. And then, have you heard that Chris Novoselic has a new band? Mm-hmm. And you'll have to check this out. It is called. I'll pull it up just a brief moment to tell you what it is. It is called. I think it's called The Giant in the Trees.
Giant in the Trees.
Giant in the Trees. Giant in the Trees, yeah. And the song is called Sasquatch.
Okay.
And it's got some banjo. It's got some slidey guitars, but it also has, like, distorted, grungy guitars and nasty bass that he's rocking out. And a girl singer.
I was going to say, I was like, who's singing it?
There's a girl singer. And
I was like, I don't think that he does much singing.
I was trying to listen to it this morning because I just heard about it last night. And I asked myself, I said, self.
Is he still a mayor?
I don't think so. I don't think he's in the politics right now.
Okay.
I said, would you listen to this if his name was not attached to it? And I don't think I would. But that doesn't mean it's not good. It just means that there's a lot of music out there.
So is it like folky or is it?
No, it's more like it's kind of those weird bands that you would find that didn't really fit into alternative rock in the 90s, but didn't fit into grunge and didn't fit into like pop one-hit wonder. It was just kind of like
Sonic Youth and stuff like that.
Yeah, just kind of like you can tell they appreciate noises and sounds and different textures of stuff. But there's like a banjo line like through the whole thing, and it was like, well, that's kind of neat. And there's I think it's a harmonica in there, but it's got like a real cool like little lead that's in there, and so I was impressed with it. I'm curious to see what else they come up with. Yeah, it was good. It was a nice little thing. So check out Giant in the Trees.
Giant in the Trees, Sasquatch. With their hit single, Sasquatch. Chris is in it. That's important. And remember when he played bass for a band?
Mm-hmm. Very good. Very good. Have you heard the new Primus song?
No, I seen that where are they coming in St. Louis somewhere? They're getting ready to start their tour, and I saw tickets pop up for show in St. Louis.
Oh, okay. I gotcha.
Did you see that the U2 tour has Beck attached to it?
No.
I thought that was weird. I saw it whenever we was in the Hollywood Amphitheater. We were walking past, and I said, "Oh, cool! U2's doing their Joshua Tree tour because that's the name of their new album or whatever." And it said it was special guest Beck underneath, and I was just like, "What the fuck?"
U2's like they've got a new album called Joshua Tree, or are they re-releasing Joshua Tree?
Maybe it was just re-releasing it. I guess. I don't know.
Just like a remaster, like
I don't know. It said the Joshua Tree tour
come out. Maybe I'm gonna show my idiotsness.
It's okay. I mean, I'm not a huge U2 fan, so
I'm not either. I think it was in late '80s, early '90s was Joshua.
I don't think Beck even released his album that was supposed to have "Wow" on it. But you know what I mean, though, like that song.
Because he's real
Devil's Haircut and shit like that. Yeah,
and
versus, all is quiet on New Year's Day.
I'm not I can't do
I need to stop. We're going to get flagged for me being too perfect.
Don't. You're right on. You're so close to it. But yeah, the Primus song, I've never been a Primus, like, Primus, but I can appreciate what it is, and I can know that he is fucking nuts in the way he plays.
Real life.
And this is no different. It's called The Seven, and he starts listing off the 7 colors of the rainbow immediately. As he goes in, he's like, red, yellow, green, blue, indigo, purple. Like, it's like,
of course.
Red, yellow, green, blue, purple, indigo, red. Those are the 7.
I'm curious, how many side projects does he have total?
A lot.
I know, but I meant like...
A lot, but like, the thing that I was reminded when I heard Primus again was that everything like Les Claypool and the whoever's and the whatnots and the surfers and the all of those are so weird
right there.
and experimental and different. And when you go to Primus, what Primus brings what?
This is discography, guest appearances, soundtracks, everything. Look how long this shit is. They started in 1988 as Blind Illusion, The Sane Asylum, and then Primus had Sausage, Song Dog. So he's associated with Blind Illusion, Primus, Sausage, which was different from them. Back to Primus, Les Claypool and the Holy Mackerel, Primus, Colonel Claypool's Fearless Flying Frog Brigade, Chris Oysterhead, Les Claypool's Frog Brigade, different from the Fearless.
Colonel Claypool.
Yep, different.
And then there's Colonel Claypool's Bucket of Bernie Brains. Yeah.
His solo, Wes Claypool, which I actually have that album. It's not bad. Back to Primus again. They all can't be singers. Oh, it's a greatest hits compilation. Never mind. Electric Apricot. Solo, back to them. Les Claypool's Duo de Twang. 4 Foot Shack. Primus, back again.
Yeah.
And the Claypool Lennon Delirium was him and, what's his name? Sean Lennon?
Is that John? One of like
John's son?
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Whatever his name is.
I did not know that.
It doesn't say anything about their new album on here, though.
But
whoa, look at that pro.
So he, but the one thing that Primus brings that I think you don't get from anything else is you get that consistency that they're like everything else seems experimental and not a band. It's just everybody getting to kind of play. Whereas Primus is like, we're going to have structure and we're going to have drums and we're going to have guitar and we're going to play beats and we're going to play along with it.
It is a very organized chaos for what it is.
Yeah, that's a good way to explain it. It's a very well organized chaos.
Because he does go off on tangents on his bass that almost sound like it's not part of the song, but it is. Just the same with the drums and everything too, and the lead. I mean, everybody has their own little niche that's in there. And it almost sounds like they're kind of doing shit on their own, but it all is tightly together.
Yeah, which I like. And that the 7 is no different. That song was right there with it, and I was like, right on. I dug for what I am as a semi quasi fan or whatnot of Primus.
What was the Primus song about beef? Does it say yes to beef?
I don't know.
Yes.
Beef.
Something about beef. Hey, shake hands with beef. That's it. I like that song. Shake hands with beef.
More music news. Have you heard the new Toady song?
Not yet.
It is called "Broke Down Stupid." And
it's your favorite Toady song you've ever heard in your life?
Unfortunately, not.
It's the worst Toady song you've ever heard. What's the worst Toady song you've ever heard?
It's probably something.
Oh God, I'm gonna throw up.
It's probably something off of... Was Feeler the one that they had to rewrite? There's probably something on Feeler that would be my least favorite out of anything. I can't tell you one song that definitely, but Broke Down Stupid is just kind of a little repetitive for me. I feel like he really like got into like, I really like this line, broke down stupid, and then just kept bringing it up over and over again. So I was like, it's okay.
Mr. Love.
But it's but it's a good return for them. I'm glad they're back into some music creation, and that makes me happy.
You're all hopped up.
What else am I going to tell you about music that I haven't told you already? I can tell you that new music news. Nothing. I don't got anything else. That's new music news. Great. I got all kinds of shit that's connected to stuff, but we can move on to a new topic. What do you want to talk about?
We can talk about...
some of my movies.
Yeah, let's talk about movies.
What did you see recently?
The most recent one we actually went to theaters to watch was Baby Driver. Did I talk about that the last time?
We haven't talked about Baby Driver.
Did you watch it?
Baby Driver, no, but I saw you blowing that shit up on the social medias.
Yeah, it's so fucking good. It's not even a joke. It's like one of the best movies I've ever seen.
Really?
It's so good.
So, I know zero about this movie, except
Okay.
for that it's got a really different title and they use some like pinkish reddish colors in the movie trailer.
So let's start with
Poster.
bare minimum and build our way up.
Okay.
So it is directed and written by Edgar Wright.
Okay.
Of Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, fucking At World's End fame.
Okay. And Edgar Wright was gonna handle Ant-Man.
He was, yes.
And then ended up not.
He ended up actually passing everything up so that he could start working on this.
Oh, okay.
And I'm glad he did.
So does that mean that this is a comedy?
Not so much. I mean, it's a little bit of everything.
It's got some funny stuff.
It's got funny stuff in it, but it also is just more serious too. He also did Scott Pilgrim as well.
Okay. I've still to this day never seen Scott Pilgrim.
He's got his hands in all kinds of good stuff. He's not made a movie or written a movie yet that I've not liked.
Oh, cool.
Like seriously, like Hot Fuzz, Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah.
Those movies are amazing. They're all really funny, but just really well written.
Yeah.
Music is incredibly important to him, and
Okay.
that's one of the things that I really appreciate whenever it comes to his music, or whenever it comes to his movies. The way he writes it and stuff, it's very kind of incorporated with that. Even back in Shaun of the Dead too, like even the whole movie starts off like the zombie outbreak hasn't happened yet in Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah.
And you can tell all of these people are like, he's doing like innuendos that they're already mindless zombies because there's music going on that's just the soundtrack of the movie. And at the same time, while they're all riding on the bus, Sean is just kind of like staring at the window and stuff like that or whatever. And he's the only person that's like not like dun 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 dun, bobbing to the head of the music and stuff like that. And he's the only one that's different, setting that precedence that he's the standout from everybody else. All these people are basically already zombies anyways.
Yeah.
But music is incredibly important to him. It plays a big role in Hot Fuzz, At World, and even in Scott Pilgrim too, whether it be more 8-bit, music and stuff. The whole, I mean, Scott Pilgrim, they're in a band. That's the whole point. Is Sex Bomb. That's the name of the band that Scott Pilgrim's in. So even that has big, huge precedence there. But this movie is literally about the music. So Baby Driver is about this kid. His name is Baby.
Okay.
He is a getaway driver.
Okay.
I'm trying to think who all is in it. I almost said Sean Penn. Why the fuck did I say Sean Penn? Kevin Spacey. I don't know why I was getting the mixed up. Kevin Spacey is kind of like a businessman that sets up these heists.
Okay.
He finds the ins and outs, knows these people inside of this place, like this can happen at this point in time. I'm going to set this up. I'm going to get a crew together. I'm going to get my driver here and stuff. The character Baby has that ringing in his ear. What's it called? Tinnitus, something like, you know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about.
He got in a wreck whenever he was a kid with his parents, and both of his parents passed. And ever since then, he's had a constant ring in there. And he listens to music while he drives or does anything constantly. Has like earbuds in almost the whole movie, and plays music to drown out the hum in there. And so his music that he's listening to the whole time is basically your soundtrack for the movie as well.
That makes sense.
So and that's why it's like also so important, because it has everything to do with syncing up to every single thing that's in the movie. Okay. And when I say every single thing, like I'll show you after we're done. Like they have the first 6 minutes on YouTube that you can actually watch, and it goes with like the song and everything too, and you'll see how it kind of goes. But like in the beginning of the movie, and for all those of you, type in Baby Driver opening scene on YouTube, and you'll see what I mean. It's like 6 minutes long, and it's worth it. He's sitting in the car, presses play on his iPod, and then it's like dun dun, and he's like looking out the window, and everything is perfectly synced up. The guys that are like robbing the bank get out. Like John Bernthal's in it. Okay. John Hamm. Okay. Jamie Foxx. A bunch of different people.
Bunch of guys named with a J.
Bunch of J's. The main kid that plays Baby, his name's Ansel Elgort. He's like the main character from The Fault in Our Stars. It's like a chick flick movie kind of thing.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he's the main character in this, and he does fucking great
I thought
job.
It was Taylor Lautner.
No.
From the poster, like with the sunglasses on, like you can't really tell. So I just thought
no Taylor Lautner in the movie. But they get out of the car. They're in the bank. And even whenever like shooting the guns, it goes with the beat of the music. It's like dun 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 dun. The
musicality of it is like
everything to it. Even like in other scenes and stuff, whenever he's walking down like the street or something, he's like walking to the beat. You'll see other people like there'll just so happen to be like a trumpet part that's about to come up in the song, and he'll walk past a guy that's playing music on the side of the road that's playing the trumpet to the music that he has in his ears. Cool. He'll be at like a crosswalk and he'll go boo boo boo. With the music as he's walking across.
Awesome.
So literally everything is synced up. And even when like the points whenever there are no music and he has his headphones off, there's like no sound hardly. I mean, there's sound, but it's like that's the point where you're like, this is about to get fucking tense. And the headphones are off. Yeah. You can even like they'll sometimes like whenever they're showing him, they'll even like do like that kind of like thing, like you're hearing
like
his
you hear what he's hearing,
and it makes that even more like tense because you know, like it's almost like he doesn't have the music, he doesn't have control of this situation because that's how he deals with life. So you're feeling like more on edge whenever there's nothing going on other than the sounds of like the cars and the guns and shit going off because you're like, oh, something's wrong. But music is super important to it. The action's amazing. The story is really cool, and it's just a really good over the top time.
Cool.
But it's a great movie.
I'm in.
I highly recommend it.
I'm definitely.
What did you see recently?
I actually saw another movie that you can watch the first like 4 or 5 minutes of on YouTube. Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I've not seen it yet. Is it your favorite Marvel movie now?
I don't know.
Do this for me. Is it the best Spider-Man movie you've seen?
Yeah, it definitely is.
It is? Is he a really good Spider-Man?
I like him as Spider-Man.
I got the gist that was because after I saw, and this is what I was telling people, I was like, I like that he's in high school.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because
he looks like a kid. As
much as I like old Spider-Man and stuff like that, like the older comics and everything, whenever he's like in college or whatever, I like the Ultimate series, and in the Ultimate series, he's just like starting off as like a freshman or a sophomore, so he's like a young kid in high school, and that's always had like the best blend of comedy and action in those comic books. And they had the Ultimate Spider-Man video game. That's my favorite Spider-Man video game that's been out so far. So I was just thinking, I was like, this looks like it's going to be like Ultimate Spider-Man, and I'm in.
Yeah, and whether I'm on par or not, because I haven't actually watched the animated series that we grew up with.
Yeah.
I haven't refreshed myself with it, but it feels like they've got like it's the same voice, like almost like the same approach to like how they deliver the lines. It almost feels like, hey, a lot of the people that are going to be watching this grew up watching the Spider-Man animated series. And so let's play to that. And they do. I mean, it seems like everything before that, well, Tobey Maguire's seemed like they were trying to do Spider-Man.
Yeah.
When they got to the next one to...
I feel like the first one was definitely the best of all those, though. Just something about the origin story. Any origin story is always good. Yeah, and especially with Spider-Man. That was like the first actual Spider-Man movie that we kind of grew up with. Yeah. So it was important. Yeah. That one stood out. Dr. Octopus wasn't as bad. 3 doesn't exist.
I can't even remember 3, honestly.
In my mind, it does not exist.
Like, most people
had that 20-minute fucking jazz dance sequence that I cannot get out of my mind.
Most people try to forget 3. I actually can't remember 3.
That's perfect. That's perfect.
But what was Garfield?
Andrew Garfield.
Andrew, not Arnold Garfield.
Arnold Garfield.
I don't
Would
even know
have been better if Arnold Garfield.
I don't even know if they tried to make him anything. If they were just like, we're just gonna not be Toby, in this. But I wasn't a big fan of that.
I never watched the second one of the Amazing Spider-Man. I watched the first one, and I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
He did make a good Spider-Man, but it seemed like more moody than anything else.
And he was too... I think Andrew Garfield was like... If he wasn't a model, he was on like the OC or something, which was like everybody that was almost
They
models.
were a model.
Yeah. Or Gilmore Girls or something.
Like we started off with catalog models. And now we're trying
That's
to be
like
actors.
having Ashton Kutcher be in your Spider-Man. Like, he's too pretty.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Like, it almost seemed like those they was trying to make very moody, and I was just like, yeah, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is sad his uncle died, but it's also like that's happened, and it's done.
Yeah.
You're dealing with like this kid. To me, I'm just like, because I always go back to Ultimate Spider-Man. I'm like, yes, this happened. It is incredibly sad, but he's trying to do the best he can to get on with his life, live his life as a high schooler kid. And Spider-Man, I was like, this is supposed to be like awkward, quirky, and funny.
Yeah.
At the same time, while he's like a badass superhero competing with like, I'm hanging out with Iron Man.
Yeah.
And Thor and all these other people all the time, and I'm in high school, just being
trying
fucking cool kid. Yeah. It's just that's always been like where it should be in my head. That's why I was thinking like Homecoming seems like that's where it was. And I've heard that what's his face? Michael Keaton's a really good villain.
Michael Keaton is good. I still haven't seen Birdman yet to kind of like see what he's been up to lately.
The rapper?
So I haven't Birdman lugs. Get my shoes on. I haven't seen Birdman yet to like see what he's really been up to lately to compare it to anything of recent work. But yeah, he's really good. He's
Lil Wayne's his dad.
What?
Yeah, Lil Wayne's dad's Birdman.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that.
It's so messed up.
So
Birdman also invested in like oil. He's like a multimillionaire because of like money. I mean, because of albums and stuff, but like he diversified his money and split
one like real big song, didn't he?
Yeah, but I mean, he had other albums as well. But he diversified his money into like investing into like big oil companies and stuff. So now he's got like multi-million-dollars because of that instead of just the album.
That's crazy. But yeah, so your Uncle Ben. You don't get an Uncle Ben, and you don't get no brown rice up in here.
Uncle Ben with only 1 grain of rice.
You don't get any Uncle Ben. The only mention you get is, I can't do this to May after what she's been through.
Oh.
Period. That's it. That's all you get of the Uncle Ben story, the origin story.
That's okay.
Which is good. I mean, we've seen it twice. We don't need to see it again. We've seen it with 2 different dudes. I'm sure we'll get it at some point. We'll get a little bit of story. We'll get a little back play of that. But it was nice to not see that right up front center. Yeah, super fun, super goofy and awkward. I mean, you've got Peter Parker's a sophomore.
A sophomore?
Sophomore. And
Peter Parker, sophomore.
He's got the hots for a senior girl, and but doesn't know how to tell her anything. So that's always goofy and whatnot. They played a little risky because for a high school movie or a movie that a bunch of kids are gonna go to, like the high school kids are playing like. They're gonna fuck, marry, kill, and the only thing they replace it with, they just say F, marry, kill, and they're talking about superheroes and whatnot, and I was like, wow. And there's a little bit of language.
Is Mary Jane in there? Watson?
There is an MJ. There is not a Mary Jane. There is a Michelle.
Oh, okay. So like they're trying to like replace her?
I think it's just it was a nod.
Okay.
I think everybody lost their shit and was like, "There's a Mary. She's gonna be that's gonna replace it." And I think that the intention it sounded like was just like, we're probably not gonna have a Mary Jane in this. This was just a nod to say like, oh, she goes by MJ, and that's was really it. And it was kind of a little tail end on the end.
I'm fine with that too. I mean, if you had a Miles Morales Spider-Man instead of Tom Holland, you would have a completely different love interest altogether. Probably.
I'm sure you've heard by this point, but they dropped a little Miles Morales teaser in there.
I don't know.
Because that Donald Glover plays his own Miles Morales' uncle
in the movie.
In the movie,
cool.
That's his role. As evidently Miles Morales' uncle is a drug dealer and whatnot in the comic line. I'm not familiar with that whole story.
Is he a drug dealer in the movie? Is he a bad guy?
Yeah, he's a bad guy. Oh. And but I mean, just like he's not like he's a side villain. He's not even a villain. I wouldn't even consider. He's just part of the story. But he says something about, I've got a nephew, and I want to keep the streets need to be safe. I've got a nephew in these parts, and that's just kind of your nod towards like, Miles Morales exists in this Spider-Man universe.
That's cool.
And so I was like, oh, that's cool. And but you get some Shocker in there. We haven't seen Shocker, and we haven't seen Shocker in a Spider-Man movie yet. So that was cool. They kind of did it in a way.
We haven't seen that in a Spider-Man movie. You don't see it often enough.
No, and it was kind of a surprise because you realize that you've watched Shocker for probably 5-10 minutes in the movie.
Did he rhyme?
And then it's off there, huh?
Did he rhyme? He used to rhyme in the comics a long time ago. That's all he did.
And then you like, it's off for a bit, and then you come back to it, and then like he's like, yeah, I call myself Shocker, and you're like, oh shit, I didn't even realize I was watching the Shocker. I didn't even realize it because they're not like in your face about it. They're just kind of, just like they don't call him the Vulture. They like he just exists. He's just there. They don't. Yeah. They don't play it like, what do they call you? I'm Doc Ock, or like.
Was that cool? Like having Vulture around? I mean, did he make for a cool?
He was
villain?
cool, and it was grounded, but it wasn't. I felt like when they were going towards, in the Amazing Spider-Man series, was that they were trying to be the Dark Knight, but in Spider-Man world.
Yeah.
And like this wasn't that way. It was still, there was still some suspended disbelief in there, and they weren't trying to be like, no, this has to be real.
Did he say any memorable Michael Keaton lines?
Oh my God, I'm gonna kill you dead.
Did he say that?
Yes.
I'm gonna kill you dead.
I laughed out loud the second time I watched it because it's like the dumbest line ever. He's like, I'm gonna kill you, Peter. I'm gonna kill you dead.
Did he say anything from another movie or anything?
Not that I know of.
Did he say like something from like in the first Batman where he's like, you wanna go nuts? Alright, let's go nuts.
No, he reminded, if I was gonna compare it to a past performance,
Beetlejuice.
He was Beetlejuice.
Awesome.
He was like the less insane version of Beetlejuice. Like even like you saw like in his eyes a little bit like.
That's just kind of hard to see him and not think of other characters that he's played though, just because he's such a good character.
And they're
actor
iconic
too.
Characters. Like it's like trying to guess that Johnny Depp isn't trying to pull from another.
He's like every time I see him, he's just like. He's my fucking Batman. That's the Batman I grew up with. I mean, that's all there is to it.
Like, I mean, like he's not old, but like he's weathered.
Yeah,
he's got some very leathery skin that is starting.
That's gonna make for a really cool looking Beetlejuice for Beetlejuice 2.
Yes. I forgot about that. But yeah, that was a killer movie. I dug. I was definitely in. There's some movies definitely in theater or coming into theater as of tonight. That I am anxious to see.
I'm gonna be coming into theaters.
I'm gonna bury the lead a little bit, and
you're gonna bury a lead?
Yeah. I want to see Valerian. As much as that movie's getting some shit for some reviews, I want to see it because it visually looks like it looks nuts. Mm-hmm. And have you read any of the comic at all? No. There was a free comic book day. Of issue 1 that came out this year on Free Comic Book Day.
I didn't get to go to Free Comic Book Day this year, and actually, I think Josh Smith still has one for me. He picked up a Zelda one or something for me.
Yes, I didn't pick that one up, but I did see that. But Valerian's, it was okay. I mean, it was just kind of it's.
Did you see it?
I know. I mean,
I thought you meant you see it.
The comic was okay. It was like, I mean, it's not to say like it's a French comic book, but like it's French, so it's a little bit, even though it's in English, it was just a little bit different feel from American comics.
Would you say it's avant-garde?
It might have been a little avant-garde, yeah. But the movie looks cool. I like that, what's her name, Cara Delevingne or whatever, that she played the sorceress in Suicide Squad.
The main dude. What other stuff has he been in?
He played Harry Osborn. He played Harry Osborn in the Amazing Spider-Man.
That's it. He looks like he's like sick all the time in every movie I've ever seen him in. Just as a child, he looks like he's just like
looks like a child. They both look like children.
Like he looks like he's like I've got Lou Gehrig's disease and I'm gonna die at any given second.
What the fuck is Jackie Earle Haley doing?
He's in this movie.
Oh, is he really?
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that.
He's in Dark Tower. I don't remember which role he's in. Hold on.
He's a gross dude, but
let's go ahead and pan it over here to this guy.
Let's see what we were talking about.
What did I say?
We're talking about Valerian.
Oh God, excuse me, I'm gonna throw up everywhere. That's my thing today.
I see.
Did I spell it wrong?
I don't know. No, yes, you did. It's Valerian.
Oh well.
I mean, it should have picked up
And
on
the City
that.
of a Thousand Planets.
Yes, that's the movie.
Are you sure it's not the 2004 short?
Yes. They both look like children, but if you actually, I mean, they're older. I mean, they're of age to do things.
Whoa! We're wearing Hawaiian shirts because we're undercover.
But if you look at the comic, they did a pretty good job of casting.
His name's Dane. Dane DeHaan.
Dane DeHaan.
Look at me. I'm sick all the time. I've got Lou Gehrig's disease. They only gave me 6 months to live, but I've lived through 2 years.
86, so he's actually 2 years older than me.
Oh, look. He was in a movie called A Cure for Wellness.
That just came out.
I was in Chronicle.
Yeah, that's where he came from. That was where I think he got a start, was in the Chronicle.
He was at Metallica Through the Never.
Yes! He was the roadie. He was the character was based...
I'm gonna watch that movie.
Oh, dude. That's a movie to watch.
Is it?
It's a movie to watch on that big-ass TV you have and crank the sound up and turn all the lights off. Because it's actually not too bad.
Carry Me Home.
If you want to watch a Metallica concert...
True Blood?
Huh. If you want to watch a Metallica concert that also has a storyline going through it, it's actually pretty cool.
That's awesome. He was in Place Beyond the Pines. I've seen that too.
With Ryan Gosling.
Mm-hmm. It's a good movie.
I haven't seen it.
He was in Lincoln.
And
He's in a bunch of movies.
Yeah. Yes, he was. And still will be, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
But he looks like a small child, and so does she. And but they're both adults of consenting age.
Kara.
She's got her head shaved or something, and she's singing these days.
She HMOJ.
So, you were speaking about Suicide Squad. You weren't speaking about Suicide Squad.
I wasn't. You were speaking about
Suicide Squad. But you were talking
about
movies that have
nice segue.
A rhythmic... you were talking about Baby Driver and how it has like the music driving it and everything, and how it's kind of pieced together. That movie tried to be that, and if they would have been able to figure that out a little bit better, I think it would have been a better movie, more well received, because you could tell that, I mean, they hit that soundtrack like a motherfucker, and if they would have been able to drive that musicality into the movie like I think they tried, it would have been killer. Would have been killer.
Jackie L. Haley's going to play Sayer.
I'm not as familiar with the storyline to know who Sayer is.
Stephen Deschain. This guy plays Roland's dad?
Yes.
Is that the guy from the Allstate commercials?
Yes, he is. As a matter of fact, he is. I saw that in the preview. I was like, that's Allstate, dude. He is.
That's awesome. That's his dad.
I will be seeing this weekend.
That's Jake.
Yes.
I guess Jake has a mom now. This lady.
She's got a leg.
I don't remember there being a mom in the book, so I guess that's a new thing.
But this movie isn't getting...
Dr. Hotchkiss is a guy. It's supposed to be a woman.
Oh. It's not getting a lot of good reviews. Are you reading any of them? Have you read any of the...
Not the actual physical reviews, but everything that I've seen. Like Rotten Tomatoes gave it like a... Well, they gave it a 6 out of 10.
That's not too bad.
That's bumped up because it was a 5.
Okay.
IGN gave it a 5 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes, I think, was like low. I want to say like 15%.
Metacritic.
Yeah, Metacritic's 34 out of 100.
That's no good.
What
are the headlines saying? Anything that you've seen, or is it just
let's go to these. Here we go. Different Metascores from different places.
Okay.
Variety says that it's okay, highly competent and
watchable. Oh god,
paranoid,
watchable's horrible.
metaphysical video game that doesn't overstay its welcome. They're saying comparing it to like a video game. Dark Tower is thoroughly average take on some truly incredible source material. That's a perfect sentence to sum up what I've been hearing about it.
Yeah. Satisfying enough.
Many casual moviegoers drawn by King's name.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So for someone who hasn't read but the first 2 books, I might really enjoy this because I'm not married to the source
If it picks up enough
material.
ground, they did say that the next movie would take place like based off of the second book, is what they're saying. So they're going to immerse you more into the world.
Which is what, Wizard and Glass?
The second book is Drawing of 3.
Drawing of 3,
yeah.
That's right.
Let's see some of these low ones. With fantasy material like this, we need to be made to believe that in the inventions and the
conceits.
We
cannot
do that if they're shot and staged in such a
truncated and perfunctory way.
This guy's got a pin up his ass.
Yes, he does.
There, the playlist. The Dark Tower is a tepid non-starter from minute 1.
These people are they're too smart for this, evidently.
Yeah.
I'm a lot less intelligent, so I might enjoy this movie. Is what it sounds like.
They need to not be thinking with their head movies so much.
I'm in. I mean, I'm just gonna.
I'm still.
I know you're gonna
go
see it. I'm gonna go
regardless.
see it.
Mandy's mom. After I was talking so much about it, she borrowed Gunslinger to read.
Yeah,
I was like, "That's awesome."
She mowed through it, or
she's not read it yet. She had another book that she was in the process of reading.
Oh, okay.
But she asked if she could borrow it, and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna read it again anytime soon.
Yeah.
I've read it like 3 times."
I might have to do that at some point too, because I'd like to start from the beginning and go through. Comixology's got all of the comics on sale right now, and you can get each volume for like $3. And I was tempted to just like go ahead and pick them all up and be like, but it's like $45 for all of them.
I thought it was really cool whenever I was going through and finding Justin as Texas Daddy. I saw the movie cover thing for Gunslinger on there. It said Dark Tower in theaters August 4th.
Yeah.
Or whatever on the actual book cover. And I was like, that's so weird to see that this is a thing now.
Yeah.
That they do. Like, it got re-released and has like the Pennywise with the new one and stuff in front of it. Did you watch the trailer for that? The new trailer for it?
I have not seen the new trailer.
Oh my god, it's so fucking scary. I'm gonna piss my pants.
Awesome.
Like, good. The first one I watched for the first time when I was like 7 or 8.
Okay.
That shit scarred me when I was a kid. I was scared shitless of Tim Curry as Pennywise.
Sure, yeah.
But this looks even worse. Nice. Like, it's gonna be horrifying. It's gonna be great.
Speaking of, did you know that there's another Skarsgård brother? There's like 6 of them. Because Bill Skarsgård's playing it.
He's playing it.
And then Alexander was in True Blood. And then there's another one that was, I just saw him like in the photos from the IMDb boat from San Diego Comic-Con. And he starts with a G, I think his name does. But there's literally like 6 Skarsgård brothers. Mm-hmm. And they're all going to be acting siblings at some point.
Bill Skarsgård.
Gustav. Yeah, that's the one.
Walter.
I love Walter.
Parents. What's his dad's name? Is it Stellan?
Yeah.
He's an actor too, right?
Yes. Yeah, he's a good one. He's a good guy.
He was in Good Will Hunting and stuff too.
He was in The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. He was Bootstrap Bill.
He was Bootstrap Bill?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Yeah.
How do I not remember that?
I don't even know why. It's not even like in his top movies.
Yeah, why not? That doesn't make any sense.
Why? Why not?
Why?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm like 99% sure.
I'm gonna just click on his IMDb.
Tell me.
Damn it. Switching.
His nickname is Starzy.
Scarzy.
I can't read. Where are you at?
This is his biography, I guess. I guess I gotta click on the thing. He was in Avengers? Oh yeah, he's this guy.
Oh, Selvig. Oh, he's in, because he's in Thor. Yeah.
Man who killed Don Quixote.
Ooh.
Is that the new... No, it's not. Oh, it's Terry Gilliam.
Terry Gilliam, yeah.
That's cool. I thought for a
Did
second...
he die?
Terry Gilliam?
Yeah.
No, he's not.
Terry Gilliam's,
I kind of wanted to see that Borg McEnroe movie with
yes.
Shia LaBeouf.
Mm-hmm.
I see that in there. Shit. Talk about something important while I look at this.
Also want to see The Inconvenient Sequel. That's the other movie that I'd like to see at one point in time.
Was that Al Gore's?
Yeah, it's an Inconvenient Truth sequel.
Al Gore.
And there was a movie, I swear, that it was not any of those 3 movies, Dark Tower, Valerian, or an Inconvenient Sequel, but there was something that I was really, really, really wanting to watch. And I was like, fuck, I'm going to go see 3 movies this weekend. I don't remember what it was, so I'm just going to assume that it was The Inconvenient Sequel. But I'm not sure.
Which one's Bootstrap Bill?
Bootstrap Bill. He's William Turner's dad. Bill Turner's dad. He's the one that's like crustated to the ship.
Yes.
He's like, part of the ship, part of the coop, part of the ship, part of the coop. That one.
Yeah. There he is.
Yas.
That's Alexander Skarsgård's dad. He kind of looks like him right there, like in True Blood. You remember like all the white makeup?
Yas. What else TV you want to talk about? TV? Oh, I did see a movie.
TV, I've been watching fucking all the new Game of Thrones because it's so good.
I'm thinking about starting it finally.
You have to. If you need HBO stuff, you let me know. Oh, okay. Well, then you're good to go.
I have no excuses but to just do it.
It is... Give it... You like Lord of the Rings and shit.
I do like Lord of the Rings and shit.
I'm just saying, like, because a lot of people can't get into, like... It's somewhat high fantasy, but it's not. I mean, it's more for anybody. You have to give it past the first couple episodes because they're trying to... divulge you into this whole world and give you some lore, give you background of these characters and stuff. And some people will drop out after like episode 2 or 3 and say, "No, it's not for me." I'm just like, well, you have to give it time because they're trying to like
Fellowship of the Ring.
Yeah, I mean, you need to know what the fuck's going on. Otherwise, I mean, if they just throw you into action, like, oh yeah, that looks cool, but at the same time, I mean, what the hell is? Oh, who are these people? Why are they important?
Fellowship is like. The Order of the Seven. Why is this? Blah, blah, blah.
Just what's her face talking the whole time.
So, no, I'm in. I'm sure the sex will keep me interested.
There's a lot of sex. There's a lot of violence.
Dragons
eventually.
Who could ask for anything more?
You won't see the dragons off the bat.
Yeah.
I would say if most of the important stuff that happens... is in episode 9 of the first 6 seasons. Like everything, every time you come to episode 9, every time you hit episode 9, you're just like, not every single time. I'm just saying, like every time you hit episode 9, you just automatically have to know, like, oh shit, something really bad's about to happen.
That makes sense.
And then the episode 10 is always good because they're giving you like just a shit ton of information, and then like here's the big cliffhanger, and then now we're back. End? 10, yeah, it's 10 episodes per season.
Oh, okay.
Because they're all like right at an hour long.
That's kind of, I mean,
except for this season's going to be, I think, 7 episodes.
It's a shorter one. I remember hearing.
But that. Yeah, like the last few episodes are going to be longer than an hour as well.
Oh, okay.
So like next season, in season 8 next year is the final season.
Yeah.
And whenever it's done, it's done. And they said like the finale could potentially be like 2 hours long.
Okay.
But it's like I said, it's going to have like 7 or 8 episodes for that.
But they're writing like 5 potential spin-offs of this, I hear.
Yeah, they already have some, like I guess a prequel in the works
that they're working on,
based off of like the Targaryens, the like the people that like are associated with the dragons and stuff. They're gonna write like prequels based off of like the Targaryen wars and stuff like that happened like previously, like hundreds of years before what even happens in the actual Song of Ice and Fire proper.
Oh, okay. Proper. I like that.
Yeah.
You're so proper, Bender. Tell me about Rick and Morty. Do you know Rick and Morty?
Morty, I know. I have seen all the stuff, Morty.
Have you seen it all?
Yeah.
So,
no, Rick.
I think I came to it, maybe last night, I came to the conclusion that I need to see this show. No, I haven't even seen it.
You love it, though.
I already love it?
Yeah.
Because
if there's a show with a character named Mr. Poopy Butthole, you have to be in.
And
at least give it a try.
It seems like, because we're on season 3 right now, so like I can catch up, and they're like 10 episodes.
You can. I mean, each episode's only like 15 to 20 minutes long.
Oh, really? No
yeah,
shit.
I mean, it's just like watching like Family Guy and shit.
How do I get a hold of this show?
I think it's on Hulu.
Oh, I don't have Hulu anymore.
Okay.
I'll get a free trial of it. I'll pop in.
I'm trying to think. It's not on Netflix. It's never has been. No. I'm pretty sure the first couple seasons are on Hulu. You could probably find it on other stuff too. Amazon, something.
I might do a month. I don't have Amazon anymore either. I got rid of everything but Netflix, and I have DirecTV now. Because
I don't know if it's on DirecTV now.
It's not on there. The new season is because Adult Swim. It's on Adult Swim and everything.
Well, it is very much like a.
I just need to get season 1 and 2 knocked out.
That's what I mean. It is. It's like Futurama and Family Guy, all that kind of stuff. I mean, you could hop in anywhere you wanted to, and it's not like you're going to lose continuity because you'll get to know characters as it comes along and stuff.
My OCD will get the best of me. I can't start in like the middle. That's a problem. But yeah, Rick and Morty, I want to try it out.
It's great. I have nothing. I have nothing but good things to say about it. It's just dumb fun.
Okay.
If you like. They preface the scripts, and I've seen them like do voice like for the episode.
This is Dan Harmon, right?
Dan Harmon and Justin Roiland.
In chart was Community.
He was the like director and writer of Community.
Okay.
He is like the.
And I don't know this Justin guy.
Justin Roiland is the creator of Rick and Morty.
Okay.
He does the voices for both Rick and Morty.
Okay.
And some of the other characters on there too. Dan Harmon does a few voices, but he doesn't really. I mean, he's more or less just like a co-writer and producer.
Okay.
But it's basically their brainchild together. Like,
Okay.
it was Justin Roiland's idea, his writing and everything too, and he brought it like hand harmony. He was just like, yeah, we'll get it made.
Cool.
And got it done. Have like the animation team have a guy that writes the music. He like the guy that wrote the music from day one still writes the music now. I'm trying to think of all the other stuff. Like, if you like just dumb stupid comedy, and like I said, like it's very it's out there.
Yeah.
But it's good.
I'll give it a shot, and I'll I'll throw $8 at Hulu and watch it, get caught up, watch it all, and then finish watching the rest of it, or just be on the right path.
I'll find episode 1. We'll watch it before you leave tonight.
Okay.
Because, like I said, it'll only be like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And it'll be worth it. I think you'll enjoy it.
I will. I'm glad that I talked to you, because
You glad that you talked to me?
I'm glad that I talked to you.
That's good. I'm glad you talked to me,
because like
too.
I keep hearing, like, people are like, oh, I love it. I hear it on like shows, and I hear like all kinds of people blowing it from all different directions.
Just blowing it.
It's just like from behind and underneath, and
that's what I forgot to mention. What I was
shows
going to say. Like, they'll have a general premise for where the script and stuff is going to go, but a lot of the times Justin Roiland and the other people on the show will literally just ad-lib shit.
Really?
They don't have like a lot of script base and stuff like that, so they'll just improv the stuff.
Okay.
So whenever he's talking to him, he's just like, this is a particle accelerator, Morty. It does all kinds of crazy shit. If I shoot this, just watch Morty, watch what it does. Oh, did you see that, Morty? That was fucking incredible. Yeah.
That's funny. Funny.
And you can tell, like, the way that they kind of somewhat stumble through lines and the pacing of it, you
was...
know that they're just, like, coming up with shit off the fly. Cool. And it's pretty impressive, especially since he goes back and forth and he's just, like, talking as him, like, just shut the fuck up, Summer. And he's just like, yeah, shut up, Summer.
That's funny. Other cartoon news. I don't know if you knew this. Did you watch the Constantine show when it was on? The
TV series?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did you know that they're making a cartoon of it with Matt, what's his name, doing the voice? And so
on
like
what network?
CW Seed.
Seed?
They're online. They've got a CW Seed as like their online app, and they've done 2 seasons of Vixen, which is
wasn't there
a character that they did
a CW or some show that had like Constantine from that bled into it?
Well, Constantine was on Arrow, which Arrow's on CW.
Daredevil, yeah, that's what it was.
Daredevil.
Constant Devil.
But I guess they like Matt, and I can't think of his last name, so we're just gonna call him Matt. Look it up. And they're really big in it, and so they're trying to find a home for him. And I guess will be their third.
There was like a
cartoon series they're gonna do.
Huge outcry after that show got taken off because more people. Matt Ryan.
Yeah. So they really dig them. They're doing 3 because they do like mini seasons. They end up being a total of like 15-20 minutes is what a whole season is. It's like 2 or 3 minute episodes, and then they kind of piece together for like a big story. So Matt Ryan's getting a Constantine show. They're doing another character that I'm not completely familiar with, and then they're doing a 3rd season of Vixen. I think that was an image of it.
Does he not have the?
Right there. That's him, cartoon version of him.
That's cool.
So I guess that's coming out the end of this year, beginning of next year. I was like, right on.
Does he not have the tattoos in the show? I don't remember.
I don't think so. I've never seen him roll them up and.
Yeah, I mean that was in the comics.
Yeah.
The tattoos, anyways.
Maybe they just didn't.
Maybe that guy
just didn't. He's good. He's good people.
Mm-hmm.
He's been good people for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
He's a Matrixer.
He was a Matrixer, and then he was a Loster.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
What was he in? Oh, he was in this latest season of Criminal Minds too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, me and Mandy watched the Criminal Minds.
The Criminal Minds.
It's such a good show.
It's
really good writing, and it's cool watching people like chase down serial killers constantly. Like that's all it's about.
There's I have one non-superhero show or non-comic booky show that's kind of crime drama based, and that's Blind Spot.
Mm-hmm.
And that's by the same dude who does all the CW shows and whatnot. Can't think of his name, but
CW Dave.
Mm-hmm. He's got all the tattoos. Her body's covered in tattoos. It's a pretty good show. That's a good story, Shaad. Yeah, I know. That's horrible.
That's a good story.
What else you want to talk about?
Anything.
I got shit, man. I got all kinds. I saw Wizard of Oz in theaters.
We'll talk about a couple more topics.
Okay.
Because I know we're coming close to an hour.
Ooh.
But we do have snacks to do for the attacks.
Yeah, we got an attack coming your way.
We got 3 things to snack on this for this birthday occasion.
I'm gonna give you the summary of my vacation.
Do it.
So I went to Wizard of Oz in theaters. It was just a random on a whim thing.
Like the original?
The Wizard of Oz. Yeah, it was really good in theaters. And there was a bunch of things.
Did people sing?
No, I mean, normal, like the same.
I meant like the people in the theater.
No.
It was like Rocky Horror.
It wasn't like Rocky Horror, no.
They throw toast at the screen when Dorothy came out.
She was like, follow the yellow brick road, and they were like, fuck you!
Asshole!
No, but it was kind of cool. There was a bunch of parts that I didn't really pay attention to, I guess, before, or I hadn't really watched the movie. Yeah. Anytime after you watch Wizard of Oz the first time, it seems like you kind of...
Did you see the image of the guy hung in the tree in the background?
I didn't. I forgot about that. I forgot all about that. But you get forced to pay attention to the whole story or sleep, which I did do that a little bit too.
During the movie?
Yeah.
Cool.
But you get to see a lot more of it because anytime Wizard of Oz is on after the first time I've watched it,
TBS.
I'm always doing other shit. And it's just kind of, yeah.
It was like the only other network
Christmas.
that yeah.
So it's just kind of on in the background. You don't really pay attention. Right. So when it's giant in front of your face, I was like, oh, there's a bunch of parts. So it was cool. It was a good experience.
Cool.
I stayed in a little town called Holland, Michigan, which takes their namesake very seriously. And there
are a lot of Hollish things there.
I mean, they have a wooden shoe factory.
Oh.
They have the only working true windmill in the United States in Holland, Michigan.
They have the only true wooden shoe factory in the United States in Holland, Michigan.
Potentially.
I'm going to go with yes, because I don't think any other place does that.
They have a tulip festival, and they
go all out, don't they?
I mean, they're fucking in it, man. They are.
It's like going to Santa Claus, Indiana.
Yes,
and
exactly.
It being Christmas every day.
Which I didn't know because I went for just a quiet place by the lake to get away, and that was kind of a neat thing. But it turns out every Thursday night they've got a nice downtown area. They have street performers that just they've got what's it called when you're in the air? Acrobatics?
Flying.
They
Acrobatics.
ribbon shit and doing twists and stuff. They got somebody that
ribbon
sets
dancers?
up that. They have the 2 strands of ribbon and they climb up it and flip around on it and they show that they're strong and whatnot.
Aerial dancing, acrobatic dancing, something like that.
They had magicians on the street.
Mm-hmm.
They had
street magic.
Break dancers.
David Blaine?
No.
Did they impress you? Like David Blaine?
They're kind of cool.
Do you like David Blaine?
No.
Should we talk about David Blaine more?
I don't like David
Should I
Blaine.
name this episode David Blaine?
I mean, only if we can figure out more ways to fit him in.
I'm going to do Shaad's birthday - David Blaine. colon David Blaine.
And they'll be like, what?
And I'll just do a picture of you, Photoshop next to David Blaine, and both of you will have birthday hats on.
Yes. So, to make this story better, yes, David Blaine was there.
Perfect.
He was doing some
It was already great.
street magic.
You made it better.
They had break dancers. Which I didn't know there was still an art of breakdancing and that young kids still practice breakdancing.
Young man.
It was kind of cool.
There's no need to feel brass.
And of course there were a bunch of artists on the corner drawing pictures and playing guitars and things like that. So it's
drawing
pretty
pictures
cool.
And were they doing that at the same
time? It was David Blaine actually. He was like, "You want me to draw you a picture?"
Make it disappear.
And he stared you down. It was weird.
Remember that time I had the guitar? Now it's on you.
I was so confused, but I played him a song.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
What'd you play?
Happy Birthday.
Damn it.
David Blaine.
You would.
And then what else happened while I was gone? Oh, the other thing that was kind of unique about vacation was that they have sand dunes. And I don't know if you know much about sand dunes. But I learned a lot about
I know
sand dunes.
that Anakin hates sand because it's coarse and
it
gets
vagina.
everywhere. Gets in his vagina and he pops out pearls.
Oh, it would be horrible. But so sand dunes, I guess, happen by
accident.
Lakes and whatnot. They do happen by accident, actually. It's kind of like magic.
Oh shit.
And I guess in like flat, plainy areas by water, sometimes that kind of shit happens. Especially when you don't have good trees and grass and stuff to hold down, hold the fort down. So there's a shit ton of sand dunes over in that area. I climbed one. It's called like Mount Baldy, and it's 302 stairs, which...
Stairs?
Yeah.
In a dune?
Well, they built it on top of the dune.
Oh, that's cheating. If you're climbing a sand dune, you need to climb up the sand.
I did. Because Mount Baldy only has stairs on one side of it. On the other side of it is a slope about this angle going down in the sand.
Nice.
And it was interesting. And then I walked up it, but you can kind of... There's a little trees and whatnot, so there's like more wooded area.
Did you ride down the sand dune?
No.
Like on a carpet?
I did not. Not on the carpet.
Sing Arabian Nights?
Arabian Night. No. But then I did another sand dune mountain thing, which was like 239 stairs, which it doesn't seem like a lot when you think about like somebody in a hotel or a hospital, and you're
like 15 to 20 stairs seems like a lot to me. I'm not saying I'm like fat or out of shape, because I'm just like, oh god, stairs. I don't want to do it, but I do it.
It was killer, man.
200 plus stairs seems like, oh man, this is going to be a chore to get up there. I would do it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it does seem like a lot.
The balls of my fucking calves were like crazy.
The balls of your calves.
Yeah, you know, like that, like top part.
I know what you meant.
Ooh, it hurt. It was killer.
It sounds like a weird turn of phrase.
Balls of my calves.
The balls of my calves.
Of my bulls. They got swollen. But it was crazy, and then they also offer sand dune rides, which is like I'm sure there's more unsafe ways to do it, but riding a sand dune is like they take it like riding a duck. Like it's like, but not covered and not going in the water. So it's like just 4 or 5 rows of like what was a truck that got longer, and you know, I just magically got longer. David Blaine stopped by, and was like, "You will be longer." And then he was
David Blaine. I want to look up David Blaine's birthday, and if it is today, I'm gonna shit my fucking pants right now. Because how weird would that be?
It'd be weird.
David Blaine.
April 4th.
God dang it.
That's pretty close, though.
Or a few months before.
I mean, it's... Or 4
He's only 44. He looks worse than that.
He looks worse.
Like, he looks old. Older than 44.
He looks worse. So... But a...
Look at that! Damn!
He's ripped.
Look at
that! A dune ride is like a really unsafe roller coaster ride. Because they take you... Really,
is it more unsafe than
that's for you to make your own David Blaine mask.
I know. Look, it says Funky Bunky.
Because they don't want you to use it.
Is it worse than that fireball ride that like 1 person died and 6 people got injured on?
No, I don't think anybody's died on the dune ride. But it was just kind of nuts. Like, because you've got just a seatbelt that's real long that covers everybody in the bench. And then they go like super fast. Up and down these sand dunes, but they've got tracks built into them. It's kind of neat, though. I recommend it if you ever. That's Drake.
I know. Why is he in this thing with? What is this?
And we've lost you. We have lost you to my sand dune story.
I'm sorry.
It's fine.
I'm bad. I'm just gonna put this up here so people can see while we're talking about it.
That was about it.
What part of it made it worse than a roller coaster? Was it just because it was completely uncomfortable?
I mean, it was a
rough
vehicle.
What kind of a vehicle did you drive?
Like it was just like Like an old Jeep, but if like it was a limo.
A dune buggy?
No, not a dune buggy.
Wouldn't that have been more appropriate?
I think so, but I think dune buggies are like, aren't they like go-karts? What's a dune buggy? Google David Blaine's dune buggies.
What the fuck is this shit?
But the whole dune... Yeah, so dune buggy's more along these lines. And this was like a stretch limo version of that. And not low to the ground. So it's not like that at all. It was like that Jeep right there, but longer.
That's a Veep.
Yes. Sure.
At the throttle online?
Exactly like that.
This one?
No.
That's a hella Acura.
No, not like that at all.
What about this one?
Nope.
This one?
Try again.
Chris Pratt?
No.
This one?
So not that unsafe, but
Is
it
it
was
this
just kinda
tall? Is this the 200-something steps?
similar. No.
Is it this tall?
No, I don't think so.
This tall?
Yes. Exactly that tall.
Did it look like this there?
No. There's a lot more grass because they actually are trying to. They don't want the dunes to get any bigger, so they've planted grass on there that they plant in deserts to keep everything like stationary, so it doesn't blow around. It was interesting, like a lot of the big mountains and stuff that at least in that region that you see for what the fuck are you doing? The things that when you see a big dune there, I don't know if that's the way it is in the desert, but those are actually like really big trees that sand is just built up around. So you see like the little treetops at the top of those sand dunes.
That's cool.
It is. It was kind of neat.
Was it all in Holland?
Yeah, Holland, Michigan.
Look, they even have it.
Yes.
Like-
There's what the dune rides.
That's it?
Yeah, we
Oh,
were
shit,
that close
look.
to the water, but that's exactly what it fucking was.
That's cool shit looking.
But so you see, there's a lot more green on the.
Is this recent? Is that you?
That's me right there. No.
Fuck! Look, David Blaine's back there too. Ow me.
But that's pretty close to like where we were at. Is like you just kind of drive. They drive you up and down those hills.
It's crazy though that they that there's like actual like I don't when I think of sand dunes I think of like
desert.
Yeah, deserty area. Like if I would think of like like the Southwest.
Mm-hmm. You don't imagine trees growing.
I don't think of Michigan of all places for there to be fucking sand dunes to be riding around in though. That is a tall one.
Yeah, I didn't see that one.
Silver Lake.
I didn't. Yeah, I wasn't.
That's real fucking.
I did see that lighthouse right there.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
You took this picture.
I did.
There's David.
No, actually, it was on the other side.
Was it the side?
Yes, that's it. That was my picture.
This one.
No, that was actually, that lighthouse was weird. I'll tell you a quick story of that is that this lighthouse is on or through, you have to go through like a private gated community.
To get to it?
To get to it. That's so weird. Like you can see there's a beach like right on the other side of that, like over this way. And you can see it from there, and you can climb. That's what the 239 stair dune that we climbed. You can see that lighthouse, but you can't get to that lighthouse. So you actually have to drive all the way around that lake that this is on, and which isn't like Michigan. There's like a smaller lake that this is by, and you have to only on certain days can you go through because it's a gated community, and there's only 5 parking spots for the people. So if the parking spots are full, you can't go in. And so there happened to be one parking spot the day that I went, and you have to walk like through. Yeah, there's some stairs. Those aren't the stairs I climbed though.
I know. I just was pointing out
these are
the
stairs.
people like these are stairs that go up there, and maybe it's a sharp drop on the other side.
Yeah, most likely. I don't think they're keen on building stairs on both sides. I think
this is. Wait, I guess the stairs maybe curve up like down here to where this person's at, like keep going up.
Yeah,
because like he's looking straight down at the stairs he just came up.
Mm-hmm. But it's just it's a real interesting, weird place. And then there's snow. I mean, there wasn't snow when we were there, but then you showed a picture of the snow, and it was like, what the? So
it's really weird thinking of like also
and
thinking of like a beach, and then also it being like icy and snowy. I mean,
it's
sand,
very beach snow.
That's what I meant. Like it's uncommon because whenever we were at
it's like going to New Zealand.
I feel New Zealand. whenever...
Why isn't that the name of the podcast?
I don't know.
Why is it not? I mean... Why did we not?
I even type just for continuity's sake. I type it into the description because you type in the tags that's familiar. Every single episode or every single thing that I've uploaded has "I Feel New Zealand" tagged into it, just on the happenstance that somebody types it in. Because I use my other channel was "I Feel New Zealand" for all the other random shit that I had.
Let's change it right now.
Right now, this is officially the "I Feel New Zealand" podcast. I don't remember what I was saying.
Sorry.
No, it's cool.
You're talking about lake and ice and
snow.
No,
whenever we went to last fall, whenever we went on our belated honeymoon, and we was up in Massachusetts, and we was on the beach there in Revere, and it was like right there at the ocean and stuff, but there was like points and times where it was like frosting and snowing and stuff like that, and there was still like grass and stuff on the beach behind us and everything, but it would be flurrying because it was like... You know, it was like late October, early November, and it was flurrying while we were standing on the beach staring at the ocean. And I was just like, this is just... I don't think of like being at a beach and then it being like this, but I honestly like was like, I really enjoy being out here.
It's neat.
Yeah.
It's like kind of is peaceful and whatnot. But
do you have...
It's a blast.
Your family's in Wisconsin.
I do have a lot of family in Wisconsin, yeah.
Damn.
This is actually the first time that I've been... up north and not gone and seen my family.
Your family.
So it's kind of weird.
There's the lighthouse from closer.
Yeah. It's nice. And I saw Tunnel Beach. That tunnel right there.
Yes,
mm-hmm. That's
Tunnel Park.
Yeah, Tunnel Park.
That's the tunnel right here.
Yeah. They built a tunnel through the sand dunes so that you don't have to climb stairs for this one.
What's this one? Is that the tunnel?
I didn't see that.
This looks like where people do crack.
That's Subterranean Britannica.
There's the windmill.
Yes. It's super cool, actually.
It looks. Can you go in it?
Yes.
Like up here?
They do a whole tour.
I see people. Never mind.
You go all the way up to the top. You go to the 5th floor, and there's more floors up there. But
5th floor.
You learn about windmills is that because this actually produces flour. It's an actual flour producing windmill, which is I guess they take the grain or whatever the fuck you use flour with. And they grind it there. That's what a windmill, I guess, was for at some point in time.
They make flour at this windmill?
Yes.
That's weird.
And you can buy the flour there. And
is it good?
I didn't buy it because you have to refrigerate it. Or they recommend you refrigerate it because the flour that we eat on a day-to-day basis has a lot of preservatives in it. And this is fresh flour.
Yeah.
So obviously I wasn't doing much baking on my vacation, so I didn't take it.
I would imagine, though, using that as like a base to make like a fucking gravy and having like natural flour in it, that'd be really fucking good.
And nice. They have, I guess there's a union, not a union. It's like you're a tradesman of windmill running and flour making and whatnot. And they have a person who runs that windmill. And windmills are ran by one person. Always. That's like the general rule. It's like you do all of it yourself. It's a one-person job, and the person that runs that is a lady, and
her name's Susie.
She is one of 2 ladies in the entire tradesman whatever of
that knows how to do
flour making and whatnot, and all of the rest of them are in Holland. Like everybody is in like the real Holland.
No, like they like teach them how to do it from Holland.
Yeah, like she had to go there to get all of her certificates and whatnot.
You have to have a certificate to run a windmill?
Fuck yeah, you do.
Damn.
Yeah. She wrote a book.
She wrote a book?
Mm-hmm.
What was it? How to Run a Windmill?
I can't remember what it's called. And you have to get your flour graded every so often to maintain your certificate. Like you have to. It'd be essentially like if we were like at a trade of music, we would have to like turn in a song every so often to make sure that we were still good enough musicians.
Magicians?
Magicians.
I was trying to see if I could find
the lady. I'm sure they make a big deal about her at some point.
Holland, Michigan. How do I?
Because it's Windmill Island is the name.
How do I live without you?
How do I live without?
How do
David
I
Blaine?
pay for garbage in Holland, Michigan?
Type in Windmill Island.
Oh, okay. Well, it should be on here. I mean,
Windmill Flour. Maybe click that.
Windmill Flour. I bet we can buy the flour from here, and they would ship it to us.
Watch that, and we're like, how do I get more of that?
Yeah.
Diswan, that's how they call it. That's the
That's
name
how
of the
they
place.
call it?
That's how they call it.
$3 for a 2-pound bag.
It's
That's
not too bad. For like homemade
Contact
stuff.
A. Crawford. Is that her name? Maybe?
I don't think so.
Abby Crawford?
I don't think so.
Ansel. As
Type
Sam
in,
Swimmy.
Actually, they actually have videos of the windmill up and running, her working on it. If you just type in Diswan
Shut your
windmill.
butt right now.
I remember them telling me that in the tour.
What? Type in what?
Diswan windmill. That's what's Holland? What do they call that? What's the language?
Holland?
Yeah.
Holland.
Dutch.
Deutsch.
Yeah.
Sprichens the Deutsch.
So that's
Just one windmill.
that's Dutch for the swan.
The swan.
Mm-hmm.
Did you look that up right now?
They told me on the tour.
Did they?
Mm-hmm. They did.
That's Dutch for the swan, everybody.
What
would it be?
It's. I mean, they've got it on YouTube. They have of.
Maybe I should type in
that.
Type that into
you
to
could.
YouTube. This one.
2 A's. There you go.
Windmill flour. Damn, son. Is this it?
Mm-hmm.
A healthier Michigan. Oh shit! Need to turn it down because we don't want to get flagged for having somebody else's sound in our video.
Oh.
Hey, check it out. Discovering Diswan.
They have like a whole thing where you can.
So the flour that we
That must be her. I didn't see her. She wasn't working that day because there wasn't wind enough.
Trying to see if her name's in there.
Probably.
I don't see it anywhere. Oh well.
Yeah.
Let's see what she's got to say. We'll just talk while she's talking. People can read.
But it was super neat. I mean, I don't really. Alyssa, that's her name. It is A. Crawford. Good job. You're such a fucking.
Gonna end the episode on a high note.
Have a great day.
No.
I don't know. I mean, that was the end of it.
So you went there, you went up the dunes, and then you went to a windmill, and that was all you did.
Also went to D-Town.
D-Town.
Mm-hmm.
Detroit.
Yeah. Oh, well, right outside Detroit, but essentially went to the Henry Ford Museum. They've got a lot of shit there.
Instagram. Images of that on the Washington Dealers.
Yeah.
From Kimberly.
Mm-hmm. It was cool though. That was a lot of history and whatnot, but it was alright to see it. I don't mind. I don't mind seeing history. But it was a quick drive. Wasn't bad. Went to Lima, Ohio. Which if you're...
the bean?
If you're... No.
I thought that's what you're going to tell me.
No, I was going to say...
If you're astute enough, you'll know that is the home of the lima bean.
Of the lima bean. No, actually, it's way less cool.
It's way less cool than being
that's where Glee took place, is in Lima, Ohio.
What? I've never seen Glee, so...
Oh, I've seen it all.
Never seen one episode.
But yeah, Lima, Ohio is where it takes place fictionally because they actually didn't shoot it in Lima. But
where did they shoot it?
They
Georgia.
shot it in California somewhere.
Atlanta, Georgia.
And maybe. But
I call Atlanta, Georgia, Little Hollywood now.
Went to like 3 or 4 comic book stores. I was on the road. Mm-hmm. That's good.
Secret Stash?
No. I mean, I was in New York City last year, and I didn't go to Secret Stash, and I still kind of regret it. But what are we gonna do?
I want to go to Secret Stash now and say from one of the more recent episodes. Say the poem that
I don't know about it yet.
There's a poem that Walt did because he's got a new. He wanted to make himself like a alter persona, and
is it the Baron?
Yeah, the Baron.
It's Baron von Flanagan.
Yeah, but make Baron von Flanagan more like a new Elvira. And then he this whole episode is just basically this. Okay. And he goes off on it for like the whole like hour talking about it, and tells that if somebody comes in, it starts off just like they're gonna start off small. If somebody comes into the stash and they say this poem that he came up with, then he'll come out and he'll be wearing his Baron hat. And you either pay $5 or $10, and whichever one you pay, you'll get a specific fun fact. That's the Baron's thing. The Baron tells you a fact, and then they have this. I guess like it sounds like it rumbles like thunder, like a one of those
metal sheets,
like a metal sheet, and then he just like disappears after that. That's like his thing, and just to hear him talk about it, and having Brian and Q just like rag the shit out of him, like this is just a shit idea, dude. And just like and Q's just like no, just let's hear it out. Let's hear his idea. Go on, man.
So if you've made it to the end of this podcast, I recommend if you never watch another As for the Rest of Us or I Feel New Zealand podcast, go watch it or go listen to it.
You were going to say, I recommend if you never watch another As for the Rest of Us podcast, that's because we're called I Feel New Zealand. Go check us out at our new channel.
Go listen to a fucking Tell 'em Steve Dave podcast.
Yeah.
I mean, it's better than what we can provide, but I mean, you can keep watching us. I don't care.
I hope you do.
But
do both at once.
But oh my God, Tell 'em Steve Dave. It's I'm on the Christmas episode for 2016 because I'm picking up on that, and I'm having a great old time on my way over here listening to that. So I'm almost into 2017.
That's awesome.
I'm slowly but surely getting through from front to back.
I started on the back catalog too. I still listen to the recent ones just because now I'm so caught up with it. I just, as they come out, I'll listen to it, but I go back into the catalog.
Did you start to 1 and you're going, or did you go backwards from 300?
No, I started at 1.
Okay.
I'm going up.
Nice.
And then I'm just like kind of have 2 different things going on and just like kind of tallying up from there.
Joint, counter joint when they first started out.
Yeah. Joint, counter joint, and then what was the other one? The Tales from the Coat.
Oh, yes. Yes. Yeah.
And then they had like Kevin on the next episode, and he was just like, "No, Tales from the Coat was a bad idea."
I like that after they're going through it, and then Kevin essentially is just like, "You're gonna be called Tell 'em Steve Dave," because I think it makes the most sense. And then they're like, "Fuck, I guess we're called Tell 'em Steve Dave." Well, that's all I got today. I mean, I've got plenty more for us to discuss next time, but
cool. Well, stay tuned for Snack Attack. It'll be coming out here next day or 2 from this one being uploaded. And as always, follow us on Twitter, leave us a comment below, like the channel for more episodes and everything as well. Let us know what you think about the podcast, and if you have any questions about anything, hit us up on any of the stuff that we have provided for you.
We're back in a big bad way.
Let us know.
Lots of content.
We'll be back eating some snacks for you here after a while. So
yeah.
Tell 'em Steve Dave.